But now let me welcome the Director General of the German Museum, Dr. Wolfgang Heckl, to talk about his experience with crypto and NFTs. Welcome.
Okay, thank you, Eric. I know it's too early in the morning, but anyway, we have a live view on Crew Dragon here. It still is there. So we are reaching for the stars in a sense, yeah. I welcome everybody these 2 days, also in the name of the Deutsches Museum. I hope you find this location equivalent to your future projects and especially the streaming dome. I hope you find it cool. I'd like to start to say that I'm an absolute layman when it comes to blockchain, but the only reason why I am here today is to tell you how I came in contact with blockchain technology, and that is through my art projects. So science and art is my hobby, and NFT is something I have tried out. Let's start with a movie, if possible. So what you heard and what you saw is my project, Science and Art. If we switch to the slides, yes. Science and Art, AI art. If you're interested in the paper, it can be downloaded by Archive. Also, you can visit my private homepage, wolfgang-heckl.de. And of course, you can invest in a young artist if you go to OpenSea. Science and art is the subject I came to since I do scanning tunneling microscopy. And in order to show you what it means is we can visualize atoms for the first time since my PhD father invented the scanning tunneling microscope. I don't know how I start the movie. Yes, it starts now. So what does it mean, listening to atoms? When we need sound, hopefully. Yeah. When we visualize atoms, it makes always sense to also hear atoms. And this is listening to atoms, the sound of the atoms. If we raster scan, in this case, the atoms, you see almost 3 now. 3, 1. Yeah, I'd like to connect images and sound, and this can be seen here in the case of some of these very blurry few atoms. By the way, this also shows later on in this scan my Guinness Book of Records. That is the smallest hole in the world. This is only 1 atom in size, but it takes some time. But you may understand that line per line, visualizing electron density states of atoms can also be translated line by line in musical notes. So in the next slide, you see, for instance, that we have translated human genome, human chromosomes, by raster scanning them, what you see on the left side, and also then making music or sound out of it. So the translation between visual images and sound, that is a basic tool in high-resolution scanning tunneling microscopy. It also reminds us to maybe the idea of Wassily Kandinsky, famous painter, who first in 1904, after listening to a concert, went home and translated his feelings of the music into this famous painting, which is in the Lembach house here in Munich. And he was kind of the founder of the idea of synesthesia. Synesthesia means that there are about 10% of people who connect a tone with a color, or the other way around. So they live kind of in two kingdoms, the kingdom of sound and the kingdom of visual arts. And this idea I have taken to create a synthetic, artificial program to translate any musical piece into a piece of art. So it's kind of an image melody translation. What we have used in our program are variational autoencoders, where we have trained and programmed and trained a neural network using thousands of images to encode visual information. And after decoding and reconstructing the original image, that was a functional test that we, in a second step, could process and apply thousands of musical pieces. And this created a music autoencoder and a picture autoencoder. In a third step, we programmed a connection neural net, which creates and transforms music into images and backwards, images into music, to kind of link these two kingdoms. You saw on the dome, one example. This was Prelude number 1 in C minor, C dur by Johann Sebastian Bach. I come to the next slide. So the music that you hear has been fed into this neural net, and it created this typical piece of art, how it feels, how the neural net feels, how the artificial intelligence feels when it hears music of Bach. In the next slide, if we can start, a more prominent piece of music I like so much. You probably all know the Phantom of the Opera, which we have also then, I have asked the artificial intelligence, what do you feel if you hear the Phantom of the Opera? What would be your visual representation of the Phantom of the Opera? The famous piece by Andrew Lloyd Webber. And that is the input we used, the Phantom of the Opera, as a MIDI file. If you know the music, you can listen to the typical sound of the first piece within this fantastic opera by Andrew Lloyd Webber. So the translation of this musical Phantom of the Opera, this piece, was this piece of art. And it has been sold in an auction about 4 years ago. as the first piece of art which translates the feeling of an artificial intelligence into a visual image. Last example is a piece you all know from the Space Odyssey, Thus Spoke Zarathustra. And we can briefly listen into it to remind you. Every science fiction fan, of course, knows this, but since we are in Bavaria, we know that Richard Strauss in Garmisch-Partenkirchen composed this iconic piece of music. So what did our artificial intelligence feel when it heard this iconic piece of music? The reduction to the main theme was the input, and the output was this colorful image. It also has been sold in an auction through Neumeister. If you feel like a synesthete, you would probably say that these colors represent the feelings you have when you hear the tones of this fantastical music piece. I already come to an end and tell you why I'm here to tell you about that in a blockchain conference, because I have undertaken for me the endeavor to create an account at OpenSea, and you can, of course, with Ether, take part in the journey of the new music image connection. For instance, here, All You Need Is Love from the Beatles, that was the translation by the neural net, or Street Fighting Man by Rolling Stones. So if you're interested how this works in more deeply, you can look at the paper we have written about this algorithm we published, and of course you can also articulate wishes, which type of music you would like to try to translate into a piece of art. I wish the conference, blockchain conference, big success, second time in the Deutsches Museum. We're proud that so many young guys are interested in new technology. I only may add a word that be brave, but be also respectful and ethical when you deal with these new technologies. Thank you very much, and have a good day.
Yeah, we also wanted to extend some greetings for being allowed here the second time. Of course, you also get a beer mug. So thanks for having us and supporting us on that journey.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, as a professor at the Technical University of Munich, the Oscar von Miller Chair, this is of course a home game, so to say, that the connection between Technical University of Munich and the Deutsches Museum exists since 1903, and you group are the most modern, the most future-pointing group, and we are proud of you.
Thanks for that.
Thank you very much.
Vielen Dank.